I'm Anil Kumar. In this video, we will learn how to translate phrases to algebraic expressions. The question here is, translate each phrase into an algebraic expression. First one is, 5 more than twice a number. B. 2 less than 3 times a number. C. A value decreased by half of itself. D. 7% of selling price. E. A number decreased by 3 times another number. F. Sum of square of consecutive numbers. You can always pause the video, answer this question, and then look into my suggestions. Now, from my experience, I have written down few phrases which are very important from learning point of view. Let us see how to write algebraic expressions for these phrases. The first step always is to define a variable. We are saying 5 more than twice a number. So most of the time we are talking about a number. So let me in general say, let the number be n. So we'll use this number as n. So let the number be n. So we'll use n as a number in writing expressions for most of these phrases. The first one is 5 more than twice a number, 2 times a number. So that is 5 more than. That means twice a number should come first. We should write this as 2n plus 5. So it is 5 more than twice a number. So that is how you're going to write the first one. Well, if you've got 5 plus 2n, that is also correct. But you'll soon realize why it is better to write 2n plus 5. Both are correct. B. 2 less than 3 times a number. 2 less than 3 times a number. The correct answer is 3 times the number minus 2. 2 less than 3 times the number. Now, those of you who have written part A as 5 plus 2n may write 2 minus 3n here. That will be a mistake. Do you agree with me? So whenever you have this term then it has to come later. When we say 2 less than, so this is first, that is second, right? So that is how you have to treat it. Otherwise, you may get a wrong answer. Since for plus it doesn't matter, even a mistake gives you the right answer, but here it will cost you marks. This is important to understand. Okay, let's move on. A value decreased by, so the value is first. Value decreased by half of itself. So let the value be n, right? So we are saying let the value be n. So the value n decreased by half of itself. That means minus half n. That is the expression for C. 7% of selling price. Now here we can say let S be selling price. Sometimes we can just redefine the variable. 7% of selling price will mean 7% means 7 out of 100. Of means times selling price. You would also write this as 0.07 S, right? So that is how you could write this expression. Now we have number decreased by 3 times another number. So we are talking about two numbers here, right? So let's define the variable here. Let the numbers be A and B. So we have two numbers, A and B now, right? So let the numbers be A and B. Now let's read this. A number decreased by 3 times another number. So the number A, let us say, is decreased by 3, and now the whole thing is times another number, times B. Do you see that? So if you don't write multiplication, it is assumed to be multiplication, right? So A minus 3 times B is the expression for part E. Sum of squares of consecutive numbers. Now what are consecutive numbers? Consecutive numbers are the numbers which come one after the other. So if my number is n, the next number will be n plus 1. So n and n plus 1 are consecutive numbers. I hope you get it. It says sum of squares of consecutive numbers. That means we have to square them and add. So that is how we'll write sum of squares of consecutive numbers. N and n plus 1 are consecutive numbers. We are adding their squares, right? So that is how you could write these phrases as algebraic expressions. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope that helps. Thank you, and all the best.